Hey, my fellow exiles, we actually got some interesting Path of Exile 2 news today after the unfortunate news yesterday of Chris Wilson no longer being a director at Grinding Gear Games. They have decided to bless us with some interesting news about the future of PoE 2. So let me get it out right here at the beginning. We will be getting the new Path of Exile 2 content update 020 about 1 month from today. So if we take a look at the calendar, what does that mean? Well, we usually get the content updates on Fridays, US time. So that means, bam, it's probably going to be the 21st of March or the 28th of March. If I were to bet, I think it would be the 21st of March, given the last race, which we're about to talk about in a second, ends on the 16th of March. Now, that is very unfortunate timing because last Epoch's next update, Season 2, which they've been working on for about a year at this point, launches on April 2nd. So very unfortunate timing for EHG, but Grinding Gear Games has to do what they've got to do. So what else is announced in this exact post? Let's take a quick look. So GGG says, announcing the first race event. Everybody, I'm not going to win this event, but I am going to play the hell out of it and attempt to beat my friends. I'm probably going to stream it too. This is super exciting. So let's dive into the details. While the team are working hard on the 020 content update, which should have the Druid and Huntress and all the like, which we expect to release in approximately 1 month, we'll be running a series of races in Path of Exile 2 starting from the 2nd of March PST that will be open to everyone. This is actually Sunday US time, Monday New Zealand time. While the races are open, the purpose of them is to crown players that are willing to prove themselves against others. So this means everybody can participate in them. More about that in a second. These races will be the first event in Path of Exile 2 that will introduce the new series of demigod items as prizes. So these are legendary items from Path of Exile 1 that people obtained via racing back in that game. And racing against people is something that Path of Exile players have been desperately wanting for many years now. And now with a lot of new players in Path of Exile 2, well, they are bringing them back. Super exciting, you guys. I never really got to experience this type of race. What do I mean by that? Well, we're gonna find out because the races that are run right now are stuff like the Gauntlet, which are multi-day, multi-week events that I have no shot of winning. I could feasibly win this or at least participate, which is kind of cool. And stuff like the Gauntlet, which is way hard and it's in hardcore, no way I'm gonna win that. In this, I think I might be able to do okay. In each of these events, players will compete to be the first to kill Doriani in Act 3 in standard solo self-found fixed layout environment. This means the zones are all going to be the exact same for all players. While this is not a hardcore event, players will incur a penalty upon death where they will not be able to move until a 1 minute period has lapsed. So don't die, or else you can't move for a minute. We'll be posting the ladder links here, so you'll be able to check who's leading in real time during each race, or to check the best times after the race to see how you fare against the top. And that's the cool thing. Me and my friends are totally going to do this, and we're going to see who can win. This is going to be so interesting to see. In order to join, click the join button for the race in the character select screen. You'll then be prompted to create a character. Once you've spawned in, you won't be able to move your character until the race starts. Yeah, this is going back to the OG days of Path of Exile 1, which I've seen footage of but never actually participated in, where everybody spawns in on the beach, or in this case, the riverbank, and you're just standing there waiting and waiting for the timer to count down to 0, and then it's guns fire and everybody starts moving. It's going to be an exciting event. Streaming, not streaming, whatever. These races will be open to PC and console with a shared prize pool. So the 3 races are going to be March 2nd at 2 p.m. Eastern time. That's a Sunday. March 9th, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and March 16th, which again, I believe is a Sunday. Yep. So Sundays, US time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to check for your local time, this link is going to be in the description of the video. This is super fun. And this is going to be the Doriani kill. So first to kill Doriani for each of the classes in the prize right here are this, the Demigod's helmet. Let's take a look at this. Beautiful in-game armor piece. It also has actual bonuses on it as well, and they are exclusive rewards for winning these events. So how exactly can you get this helmet right here? The Demigod's Virtue unique item will be up for grabs for the top placement of each class: Ranger, Sorceress, Witch, Monk, Warrior, Mercenary. okay? This means in each race, 6 demigods virtues will be awarded, so 18 in total. Future events will include other classes when they're added to early access. As we do more race events in the future, we'll cycle through all the demigods items. They'll eventually represent an entire armor set, including weaponry, so you might be able to collect the entire set if you're good enough. Upon the conclusion of each race, a remove only stash tab will be added in your core leagues, where you can choose to remove the item from the tab to equip it, show it off, link it to others, or keep it there as a trophy for the ages. This is what a ton of the top racers have done in Path of Exile 1. You think about Kriparian, he has a bunch of these. He has the most valuable stash tab right now. I think it's the race reward for season 1, the demigods from that, in his stash. Probably the most valuable item in all of Path of Exile. Or if you really want to, you can trade it away if you don't care. Your call. If you want to use it as a cosmetic, you'll be able to convert it into a microtransaction using the convert race reward command once it has been implemented into PoE 2. All future leagues will have this remove only stash tab too, but they will only become available 1 month into the league because Demigod's Virtue, it's not just cosmetic, it also has this 25% increased rarity of items found and virtuous. So that is a keystone. Those qualities possessed by the victor are proven inherently right and true. Man, it looks so good. Oh, I really want to try to get this. I'm totally not going to be able to, but I'm going to go for it. Anyway, thanks to our friends at Alienware, there's also going to be this laptop for the fastest player for the final race on March 16th. And let's take a look at this here, guys. This is art we have not seen before. Obviously, it's the hooded one. Spoilers. Sin. And this weapon also is not currently in Path of Exile 2. But what are we going to look for in Act 4 of PoE 2? A precursor weapon. A powerful artifact to help hunt down Oriana and the Beast. I think that is this weapon right here, and this is a subtle teaser that 020, which we'll talk about in just a second, may be including another act to the game. Total speculation, but this weapon looks absolutely awesome. Anyway, the rules of the race, pretty basic, everybody. You can stream, but you don't have to stream, so you can just play in the event in your own leisure and win, which is pretty awesome. So definitely all my friends are going to do it. You can't use inappropriate names and the like. And there will be shoutcasting by Ziggity and Rise QT, just like the good old days. That's super awesome. I thought it would be cool to go to the Wikipedia page for Path of Exile 1 and show off what the rewards were for the first race season. So instead of demigods, or in addition to demigods, they also used to hand out alternate 2D art only available to race winners. These are some examples. These items are actually in Path of Exile 2 as well, like Gold Rim, Facebreaker, at Zeri's Mirror, and actually if you go to Race Season 2, there's even an Astra Mentis, I think, in this one that you can see, a Tabula Rasa that's literally a white t-shirt, and then yes, Astra Mentis. Super cool rewards that are only going to be accessible by winning these races. And I think the biggest thing right here, again, I said it at the beginning, the barrier to entry is nothing. You don't need to stream, you just need to log in and play during these times, and you have a chance to win, which is awesome. I also wanted to point out that the Path of Exile 2 website seems to have undergone a little bit of an overhaul, which is cool. It looks way better. You have your news right here. You have a whole bunch of videos directly from Grinding Gear Games, and you have live streams too. So they're showing off some live streams on the front page. We've got our guy, Darth Microtransaction, right now at the top of the category on Twitch. Of course he is. I'm wondering if there's some other stuff that they are awaiting to bring into here. I guess I'll take a look right now. No, we don't have the Druid here yet. But speaking of the Druid, everyone is anticipating that 020 will have the Druid inside of it. Because Grinding Gear Games said there were 2 classes that they really wanted to be in the early access launch for Path of Exile 2, the Huntress and the Druid, and they just weren't ready yet. Well, given all this extra time, given, what is it going to be, 4 months since the launch of PoE 2 early access, we're really guessing that the Druid and the Huntress are going to be good to go. This means we'll likely be getting the Spear added to the game, the Druid alongside the Werebear, the Werewolf, and a mysterious third form alongside their ascendancies. I'll probably do a separate video speculating on what exactly those are and laying out what we know about them thus far. as we get into the hype period for this next Path of Exile 2 patch. But after that somber news yesterday about Chris Wilson no longer being a director at the company and the future of him at GGG being a little bit unclear, is he still there as a designer? Is he helping with the top level stuff? Is he just gone entirely? We don't quite know. This was a nice pick-me-up from GGG. I don't think it was too intentional. It was just a happy accident. And I am super happy to see that they are doing something that people have been asking them to do for so many years now at the outset of Path of Exile 2. However, there's just that one caveat. They did this at the beginning of Path of Exile 1 as well, when they weren't able to get consistent leagues out and consistent content patches out. So now I'm thinking, is this temporary? Are they only going to do this because they can't get those big content patches out as fast and they think, oh yeah, races are cool, people have been asking for them, well, we can get races out pretty easily, let's do that. I really hope that once Path of Exile 2 goes into its full 1.0 release in, let's be real, it's not going to be 6 to 12 months, it's going to be probably a year and a half to 2 years. I hope they continue doing these because they're super cool. Not only because they reward these unique items, but they pit the community against each other in a fun, positive way and allow you to race against your friends in an official environment. And it's just a very different vibe from a league start scenario. It's a very temporary league, a temporary event, and everyone is getting on the same page together at the same time and facing off against each other. And that's an exciting thing for me. Maybe I'll end up hating it. I don't know. I think I'll like it. Will you like it? Let me know in the comments below, you guys. I'm pretty hyped about Path of Exile 2. I know we have the Path of Exile 1 Legacy of Frisia event starting tomorrow, but I am still on the Path of Exile 2 bandwagon. Absolutely love the game. Been playing Hardcore Solo Self-Found, loving that, live streaming the entire journey, and playing Endgame quite a bit with my friends as well. So you guys, if you have any extra thoughts on Path of Exile 2.2, let me know. If there's any content you want to see in the lead up to that. Are you excited for the PoE 1 event? I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm personally gonna play for the armor set in PoE 1 and then start practicing for the race in Path of Exile 2 because I need that demigods. I'm probably not gonna get it, but I need it and I need it bad. And you know what? I think I'm gonna practice on a warrior. Yeah. You know what's curious? I wonder if the shops will all be the same. I know the terrain will be the same, but will the shops be the same? We'll just have to see. Thank you so much for watching, my fellow exiles. Make sure to like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel for more Path of Exile 2 content, and check out this video on your screen right here talking about the departure of Chris Wilson, or whether or not player power is too immense in Path of Exile 2. Stay sane, my fellow exiles.